I saw that you and Conor were both in Sturgis. I'm wondering if you guys met at all and talked about the potential of his fight as well?
We talked, yeah. We talked. We didn't meet up, but we talked. And yeah, he wants to
make a new name for yourself. Look at what has happened to Michael Perry. You know, one of our big stars here, the king of violence. He titles himself, and you know he's had such a rise in the sport. Now he's up against you know, a little dweeb of a thing in a fight this weekend that we're all rooting for him.
Dana White has reportedly confirmed the fight between Conor McGregor and Logan Paul in India. This fight, reportedly backed by Indian billionaire Mukesh Ambani, has not only ignited debates but also split the community into supporters and detractors.
Has agreed to fight Logan Paul, and here's everything we know. It all started with the rumors of Conor fighting Ilia Topuria in his return in the UFC, and that's when Conor came out with this tweet that the rumors are false, and instead that he's in talks with the Ambani family in India to host the exhibition match with Logan. And Conor said he's agreed on his part, and then he's gonna return into the UFC. And if you're wondering why Logan versus Conor, why in India, here's the net worth of the Ambani family. $103 billion.
The announcement of the Conor McGregor versus Logan Paul fight was made by McGregor himself on social media platform X, where he hinted at a staggering $250 million payout for the event. This figure, if accurate, would make it one of the most lucrative exhibition bouts in history.
McGregor and Logan Paul are set to fight in India, and those two guys are making $250 million a piece just for showing up. And how all this is possible might actually surprise you.
Da 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 da. It's the D-O-double-G.
I know you're thinking, Conor McGregor is washed, and Logan Paul is just a YouTuber, right? Wrong. Logan's not a YouTuber anymore, and Conor is not just a fighter. These two are walking brands. Logan basically turned Prime into a billion-dollar brand, and Conor, even though he's not even half of who he used to be, he puts in seats, and he sold his proper 12 stake for a fortune. And what people don't realize is that their influence isn't just about skills anymore. It's about how well they've built their personal brands. And at this point, it's not about the product, because this fight will be trash.
Then they're going to have these crazy, extravagant press conferences where it gets really heated and they're arguing and they're just going back and forth at one another. And then it's going to be marketed as the biggest fight of all time. There's going to be so much anticipation built up around it. People just can't wait until that day comes. Then finally, it's time for fight night. All the prelims are pretty good. They have like a 20-minute walkout. And it's the most underwhelming fight you've ever seen. And I'll just imagine that Jake wins, Conor gets millions of dollars, and the next day we're talking about the fight being rigged once again. That's exactly how it's going to play out. We've been here like 8 times. Don't fall for it. This fight is going to suck.
What's going on with Jake Paul, Conor McGregor? Is that fight happening or what?
probably not, no.
Are you closed off to it completely?
I'm never completely closed off to anything. I used to say that about, you know, things, but I don't say that anymore. You never know what could happen.
So do you think that Jake probably has a little bit more to prove to you as a fighter?
He shouldn't even be fighting Conor McGregor. There's weight classes for a reason.
What if Jake can cut to 145?
he just cuts half of his...
The fact that Mukesh Ambani, one of the richest men in the world, is reportedly hosting the event adds another layer of intrigue and spectacle. McGregor has been on a journey of recovery, hinting at a return, while also seeking ventures beyond the octagon. His 2017 boxing match against Floyd Mayweather, though it ended in defeat,
confirmed it. So Conor McGregor is due to fight Logan Paul, not to be confused with Jake Paul, in India for $250 million each. You ain't making your money back. So this is from Mac Life Official, who's one of my faves. They're salt of the earth people. Conor McGregor and Logan Paul are featured as part of the historic Visit India tourism campaign, so it's government funded, yeah? It's a clash in Mumbai, iconic stadium. The two will be rewarded for their efforts, with McGregor set to walk away with $250 million. That's more than to fight Floyd.
Let's go.
Have you heard anything from Conor about the $1 million bet?
This mother disappoints me, because I grew up really liking Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
He's so entertaining. He's so good. When he fought Floyd, come on, that was like the most exciting sports event ever.
Yeah.
I was pumped for it. And now that we're kind of, you know, in some weird roundabout way, crossing paths, or he's training Dylan, and Dylan's the guy I'm fighting, and I have an opportunity to open a dialogue with him, he's kind of just disappointed me as a superstar.
Showcased his talent for drawing immense pay-per-view audiences, affirming his status as a global phenomenon. He had to change his style, and we did. He adjusted. He changed his style, put the hands up more forward. He's composed, hands up towards your forehead, dipped in, forehead on the chest, and start to fight that.
He had to change his style, and fair play to him, he did. He adjusted, he changed his style, put the hands up more forward. He's composed.
Hands up towards your forehead, dipped in, forehead on the chest, and started to fight that kind of fight. I didn't anticipate that. Three game changes in the fight. That's what a true champion does. Much respect. You came with it. You know what I mean? I gotta give respect to that. It was a hell of a fight.
Was he better than you had expected?
He's a lot better than I thought he was. He used different angles. He was a tough competitor, but I was the better man tonight.
In there. So he was making me throw and he was patient with his shots. I've got to give him nothing but respect. Fair play to him. Great.
Floyd's not ready for this. Much respect to Floyd. He's a solid businessman. What he has been able to do, he is a full animal at what he has been able to do. But as far as real fighting, as far as true, pure, unreal combat, Floyd don't want none of this. I say, he does not want none of this. People are going to ask him. He wants it under boxing rules. He wants a boxing match. He doesn't want to fight. So I want to respect everyone in here. I love everyone is. Give Floyd a shout out, I'm coming.
How much money could you reasonably walk out of this fight with?
350 million.
$350 million.
Yes.
Kind of fight. I didn't anticipate that 3 game changes in the fight. That's what a true champion does. Much respect. You came with it. You know what I mean? I got to give respect to that. It was a hell of a F. Was he better than you had expected? He's a lot better than I thought he was. He used different angles. He was a tough competitor, but I was the better man tonight in there. So he was making me troll when he was patient with his shots.
As far as legit competition, Dylan's way more qualified. You look at, 4-time world champion jiu-jitsu, as a brown belt, compete at black belt, compete in ADCC. He's a lot more accomplished, but it's just jiu-jitsu. He's never been known as a striker. Then you look at Logan, obviously been in bigger entertainment spectacles as far as, he did fight Floyd Mayweather, who's a smaller boxer, but that's a lot of pressure. And then he does WWE, which isn't real, but it's still an athletic event.
Yeah, he did really good.
And there's a lot of eyeballs. You tend to side towards Logan on this, right?
I would.
Yeah, I find myself rooting for Dylan a little bit just because all the bullshit he's been through. You see him, he's sober now. There's a good person in there.
I mean, if you're putting money on it, you're putting it on Logan, right?
No, because the odds.
So minus 450 for Logan, plus 330 for Dylan.
So when I worked for Showtime, the Logan Paul Floyd Mayweather fight, I was like the Logan Paul expert, right? So I had to go in and interview Logan, and I go in there, I was like, oh, I bet they're gonna be a train wreck. They're gonna be so nervous fighting Floyd Mayweather. I walk in there, and it was like a yoga studio. They had like incense burning. It was real calm. And Logan's like, what's up, man? I'm like, dude, you fight in 30 minutes. He's like, isn't it cool? I'm like, I guess. Shouldn't you like warm up? He's like, yeah, it's all good, man.
I did a couple downward dogs. I'm good.
No, I thought he was going to be nervous. He goes, I've already won, dude. I'm not nervous at all. I've already won.
Whoa.
He goes, I'm a YouTuber. I'm fighting Floyd Mayweather.
Cool.
Yeah. I've already won, dude. He's like, whatever happens, all good.
What an attitude.
But I look over, he's like, can you talk to my dad? Though I look at dad, and he's just like sweating.
So nervous.
And I was like, listen, your son's going to be fine. Floyd's tiny. He's not going to give him brain trauma. If he hurts him, it's going to be to the body. He'll be fine. He's like, you think? I was like, yeah, he'll be fine. He's going to have liver damage and internal bleeding. He'll be fine.
I've got to give him nothing but respect. Fair play, though. Great career. Not ready for this. Respect. He's a solid business. What he has been able to do, he is a what he has been able to do. But as far as we play, as far as true pure Comet FL, don't want none of this. He does not want none of this. Ask him. He wants it on the boxing. Rhodes, he wants a boxing match.
It's going to be an exhibition. They're obviously going to try and get close, but I have no idea where that kind of meeting point is going to be. Conor's up at like 170 odd now, so perhaps they can kind of get around that 190 range, 200 range. I'm really not sure, but yeah, an exhibition. I mean, straight away, my first thoughts are, how legit is this going to be? Because Conor's not going to want to sign for something where he's going to be made to look stupid. Logan, You know, Logan wouldn't mind losing to Conor.
He doesn't want to fight. So I much respect everyone in here. I love everyone. Is your time. I'm coming. How much money could you reasonably walk out of this fight with? $350 million. $350 million, yes. What? Amani's involvement raises questions about the broader implications for Indian tourism and the country's image on the global stage.
And I mean, on paper, this sounds fantastic, right? This is going to be a great fight. But then you think about who's fighting. Arguably two of the greatest marketers in martial arts history. Of course, we have McGregor, who can sell tickets with his eyes closed, and Logan Paul, who's going to use all of his social media power to get everyone under the age of 15 to buy the pay-per-view. And I think every single person knows exactly how this is going to play out. This fight is going to be set sometime in late 2025 or 2026. McGregor's going to start talking shit early, make personal attacks, yada yada yada. Logan's going to make it his entire personality and keep posting videos on social media to promote it and also make some attacks.
The idea of using such a high-profile event to promote tourism is both innovative and contentious. Critics argue that the sheer amount of money involved is unfathomable and could be better spent on other initiatives. However, supporters believe that the global attention garnered by the fight could provide a significant boost to India's tourism industry.